call this meeting to order. We'll ask if our gracious chaplain will open us up with prayer and the pledge of allegiance.
Dear Lord, we come to you today to ask for forgiveness for our many sins, omissions, and transgressions. And dear Lord, we also ask for your blessings on our school system and our superintendent and his staff and all of our teachers and other support people as they work with the children in our school system. Dear Lord, we also ask you to imbibe this board with the willingness to listen and to understand and guide us with wisdom as we make the decisions that do affect our children and parents and our time. Our Heavenly Father, we ask you to also be with our national and state and local leaders as we continue to fight this pandemic, and with our hope that we will get back to some sense of normality soon. We ask these things in thy name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we'll have the approval. Well, let me ask, Superintendent, you have any announcements? Mr. Hartwell, you have an announcement?
Yes, sir. Thank
Mr. McDade?
No, not at this time.
Okay. Mr. Stringfellow? Okay, we'll move to the agenda now. We ask for the approval of the minutes.
you. So moved.
Move proper second to approve the minutes. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, the motion carries. Adoption of the agenda.
So moved.
You have a second?
Second.
Move proper second that we adopt the agenda. In our readiness, all in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. I will ask for the announcements already. Reports and recognitions.
We have lots of good news to share today. First, we're going to recognize our class schools of distinction. Each year, the Council for Leaders in Alabama Schools recognizes a handful of schools from each state school board district as schools of distinction. Mobile County usually has between 1 and 3 winners, but this year we have 5. So I'm going to call them forward separately by district to be recognized. So first, Dr. Foster, if you'll come forward, as well as Ms. Catherine Gallup of Hutchins Elementary School. Come forward, please. All right, Hutchins was recognized for being a Leader in Me Lighthouse School after undergoing a rigorous review process that included meeting requirements set by leadership expert and author Franklin Covey. Hutchins strives to teach the 7 habits of highly effective kids daily and focuses on school culture, student and staff leadership, and academics. It is a place where leaders learn to spread their wings.
Kathy, we want to take this opportunity to recognize Hutchins Elementary School with this certificate of recognition, and it's signed by the superintendent and each board member. It's a pleasure to represent your school, and I know that this is not the first time that we've done something of this nature with regard to Hutchins, and we're glad that you've made this, you and your staff have made this a school of distinction. And I'm certainly proud that at one time I hired this young lady into the system.
Didn't hire.
And so,
That was
anyhow, that's the best that I can say that I did over the course of my 32-year career as a principal. But anyway, we're really proud of you, and we're really proud of Hutchins Elementary, and we want you to know that. Thank you so much.
And now I'd like to call forward Dr. Crenshaw and Mrs. DiVincenzo of Clark Shaw School of Math, Science, and Technology. Yep. At Clark Shaw School of Math, Science, and Technology, students experience an inquiry-based environment that incorporates authentic learning relevant to the real world. These connections occur through a school-wide science fair, STEM-focused and Project Lead the Way classes, robotics clubs, and other engaging opportunities. Clark Shaw has twice been recognized as a U.S. Department of Education Blue Ribbon School, and in 2019, Clark Shaw became the first public middle school in South Alabama to achieve school-wide STEM certification from Cognia. So congratulations.
Okay. And let the record show I did not teach her. Let me say on behalf of the Mobile County Public School System, as School Board Commissioner, our Superintendent, we want to say congratulations. We want you to keep up the good work. I did have the pleasure of visiting, because we also had the middle school teacher of the year. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That's in my district.
Yeah, fine.
So you all keep the honors coming and continue to do a great job.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, now I'd like to call forward Mr. Stringfellow, as well as Katrina Ken, and she brought with her Timothy Johnson and Jason Petro from E.R. Dixon. Okay. Through the Leaders of Technology program at E.R. Dixon Elementary, students build strong foundations in STEM literacy, preparing them to be future leaders in technology and STEM-related fields. Student leadership is observed daily through student use of tech tools, student facilitation of collaborative technological projects, and the student-led Tiger TV News program. As a Nearpod certified school, an AmSty grant school, a Discovery Education digital literacy school, and a Project Lead the Way school, E.R. Dixon allows students to participate in a plethora of technological experiences that enhance leadership skills and scholastic achievement. Congratulations.
First of all, I apologize for this because I fog up every time with my glasses, so y'all probably better than I am. This is becoming kind of a repetitious good thing because Ms. Ken and E.R. Dixon has received so many awards for literacy and for other things, and Teachers of the Year and so forth, and they do an outstanding job there. And to be recognized as a class school of distinction is another feather in their bonnet, so to say, like that. So Ms. Ken and your staff, congratulations on that, and keep up the good work. And here's the certificate signed by all the board members and the superintendent for your class school of distinction.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now I'd like to call forward Mrs. McDade and Ms. Faith Lucy of Gilliard Elementary School. And we're going to acknowledge her sister, Ms. Hope Bell Payne, in a wave. Her sister and fellow principal who came for support. Gilliard Elementary was recognized for its Bucket Filler program, a school-wide initiative that focuses on character development and a positive school culture. The Bucket Filler program promotes kindness and thinking of others through small acts of service and words of encouragement by recognizing students for completing these small acts that make a big difference. It involves all members of Gilliard's school community, including students, teachers, bus drivers, cafeteria workers, custodians, office staff, and administration. Congratulations.
This is a great honor for me because
You taught her.
Faith was one of my, as well as Hope, as well as Tim, as well as. Ms. Lucy, it is a great honor for me to present this certificate for your class presentation. I visited your school on many occasions and have enjoyed it. And you're doing great things over there at Gilliard Elementary. I know that because you have a tradition of excellence that's embedded in you. Just continue to keep up the good work. We appreciate everything that you're doing, and we look forward for great things coming from Gilliard Elementary School. All right, thank you.
Jade, if you'll stay there. And we will call forward Mr. Kervin Lang of Williamson High School and Middle Grades Preparatory Academy. Williamson High and Middle Grades Preparatory Academy was recognized for its Entrepreneurship Academy and Financial Literacy Program. To educate and prepare students for the future, Williamson's faculty realized that it is important to teach students how to live in the real world and to provide students with real-world experiences and tools. The holistic approach adopted by Williamson High School incorporates financial literacy by way of the Foundations in Personal Finance High School curriculum, created by Dave Ramsey. In all Entrepreneurship Academy classes, upon completion of the program, students receive a certificate of completion demonstrating their mastery of financial concepts. So congratulations.
You know when you're doing great things when music playing in the background when you're doing your presentation, right? So, you know, you couldn't ask for anything better than that. On behalf of the board and the superintendent, Ms. Lang, I want to present you with Williamson High and middle grade levels. This class school of distinction. You guys have done a great job over there. I enjoyed my visits over there. And we're doing great things in District 4. Remember, District 4, we're rocking. Oh, Dr. Foster, Ms. Crenshaw.
Yeah.
Dr. Crenshaw, Ms. Harwell. That's twice I beat you guys. Okay, so remember that. Again, we want to say thank you for all the work that you're doing. Continue to do what you're doing. I taught you well. Yes, you did.
Now, these 5 schools are in the running for class banner schools, and what's neat about this year is since they come from 2 different state school board districts, we could possibly have 2 class banner schools this year. So let's give them one more round of applause. Okay, next I'd like to call forward Stacy Dillard of Dawes Intermediate School and Dr. Foster. And I want to acknowledge Ms. Mona Griffin, her principal. You want to wait? Stacy Dillard, a 5th grade teacher at Dawes Intermediate, was named Alabama's Outstanding Science Teacher by the Alabama Science Teacher Association. Ms. Dillard has mastered her content and uses effective instructional methods and strategies to support student learning. According to her principal, Ms. Griffin, what is most evident about Ms. Dillard is her enthusiasm and love for every student. She works tirelessly to meet the needs of the individual child. She is often found at school late at night preparing for instruction, hosting various clubs, and assisting other teachers and the administration with school projects and activities that are geared towards school improvement. She truly puts her students first. Congratulations.
Stacy, on behalf of the Board of School Commissioners, we want to present this certificate of recognition to you for your selection as the outstanding elementary science teacher from the Alabama Science Teachers Association. We're certainly proud to do this. We're happy to know that we have people in our schools, and we have them in all of the schools, who are dedicated to what it is that they know and they believe are the best things for students at the present time to prepare them for their future. And though I didn't hire you, I'm certainly proud of you and proud that to give you this. I do want to recognize Ms. Griffin. Would you stand up, please? This is her principal at, and I did hire her, by the way, back about 20 years ago. And we want to tell you how proud of you that we are, and I certainly am too, knowing that you're in one of the schools in my district. Thank you so much.
Stay there, please. And I do want to acknowledge that this is the second year for Mobile County Public Schools to win this award for having the top elementary science teacher. And our other one happens to be right there, Mr. Timothy Johnson from E.R. Dixon. So he won last year. So now I'd like to call forward Garrett Merriman of Bryant High School. And I would like to acknowledge his coach, Kevin Williams, is here. His dad is here, Alan Merriman, and his mom, Kelly Wolf, and stepdad, Todd Wolf. So we all stand so we can see you. So Garrett Merriman, who plays football at Bryant High, was the first MCPSS student athlete to be selected as the District 1 student representative to the Alabama High School Athletic Association. And even better, as he attended a meeting recently, he was selected to represent the entire state of Alabama at the National Student Leadership Conference in Indianapolis this summer. Garrett is a true example of being a leader both on and off the field, so congratulations.
Garrett, we're certainly proud of you. And for years now, I've known this, you're the third generation of Merrimans that I've known, and it's certainly my pleasure to offer this as a token from the Mobile County Public School System, the Board of School Commissioners, and the Superintendent of the Mobile County Public Schools. We're certainly proud of you and proud that you're our representative to the Alabama High School Athletic Association. Keep up the good work.
And last but certainly not least, I'd like to call forward Mr. Stringfellow and Mary Claire Wright of Davidson High School. And I also would like to acknowledge her guests today. We have Principal Jason Richardson, if you'd stand, her dad, Jeff Gray, and her colleague, Tiffany Brown from Davidson High School, who's taking pictures, so. Okay, Mary Claire Wright has been dubbed Mobile County's best kept secret until now. Ms. Wright, a leader in teaching computer science and various AP courses and securing grant money for her school, was recently named the Southern Gulf Coast Region's National Center for Women and Information Technologies Aspirations in Computing Educator Award. The award recognizes educators who encourage female students to explore their interest in computing and technology. In addition, thanks to Ms. Wright, 6 Davidson students were recognized as National Rising Stars. So congratulations.
Well, let me say, that's about half of what was written about Miss Mary Claire right here. She has done so many outstanding things, and Ms. Brown, thanks again for helping with that in your principal. I learned a long time ago as an educator and a principal that hiring good people is the fundamental thing that makes a school what it is. Okay, I mean, you have to have leadership, and I understand that. But if you hire good people and turn them loose and let them be teachers, that's what makes a school good. And Mary, I think you were also a Golden Apple winner. You weren't? Okay, it was another one at Davidson. I'll take it back then. Anyway, she's done so many outstanding things. And talking to Mr. Richardson, I know he didn't hire her, but anyway, he supported her and so forth. And her students love her class. I've been by her classroom several times, and she's just done so many wonderful things and is a leader in her field. And Mary, I'm telling you, I'm kind of worried that when the President of the United States finds out that all the stuff that you do, you might get hired away. So please don't leave us like that. But anyway, this is our certificate of achievement here from the school system, and we want to say thank you for everything you do for the children in Mobile County, and I know your principal feels that way and your cohorts feel that way, and we want you to continue the great work you're doing. Congratulations.
Thank you.
to all the individuals that are on it today. It shows our school system is indeed on the move, and just continue to do those outstanding things that you're doing, especially the leadership at those schools. We want you to continue that good work. At this time, we'll move to the agenda.
Any requests? Speak.
Question about repeat?
Requests? Speak. No, okay.
No. Mr. Superintendent?
Yes, sir, thank you. I do want to apologize. We do have several action items that need to be added. One need to be pulled, and I'll quickly go over those added action items. Action item number 1 is the approval of my recommendation that the upcoming school year will bring high expectations on our staff, and they will continue to go above and beyond normal expectations. So I will be recommending, per your approval, that we approve a $1,200 one-time bonus to all full-time employees. That will be action item 1. Also to be added is action item G2, is the proposed calendar for 2021 to 2022. I will be asking for approval to start the public hearings. We have those scheduled for March 25th, Thursday, March 25th at 3:30, and also Wednesday, March 31st at 3:30. Action item G4 to be added is to retain the law firm for litigation against e-cigarettes manufacturers. This action item will consider retaining a group of law firms, which includes Beasley Allen in litigation against Juul and other e-cigarettes manufacturers regarding cost and likely future costs resulting from students vaping. The cost of the board should only be the time and effort of staff in providing information to the attorneys. That's action item G4. Also added, action item G11 is a waiver of appraisal and compensation form for the sidewalk easement granted to the city of Centinel. It's a small sidewalk easement, 15 by 15, adjacent to the Centinel High School campus. The city of Centinel, so the city of Centinel can complete the sidewalk project. Also being added is action item G12. It's the Alabama Community College System, Bishop State. We've been talking about this one for almost a year, but it's the desire for the Bishop State to apply for the vacation of a portion of the public right-of-way known as Line Street, line between Broad and Beauregard Street and Pearl Street. That's action item G12. Also being added is action item G14, Insight Investment. This is a lease agreement for 25,000 Chromebooks for a term of three years. That fund amount is $3,483,930.64. The funding source is federal funds and CARES Act money. Also being added is action item G15, is the agreement between the Mobile County and Cronus Incorporated. This is a system renewal. It is an annual software license and software and equipment support service for Cronus and time attendance software equipment. This is coming out of local funds for the amount of $92,987.69. Also being added is action item G16, the recommendation of non-renewal of contract principal. That obviously will be listed under separate cover. And lastly, well, before I get to the last one, we need to pull action item G24. Pull action item G24. And the last item to be added is G26. It's the sale of the property at 1901 Hertel Street. This would be considered for your approval. We had two offers on the property. There are two offers equal or to the excess of the listing price. One exceeded the listing price and one was under. You all have that information and you've been vetting both offers. So at this time during the board meeting, we will ask for a motion. So that includes all the items that were added and one that has been pulled. So now I will begin from the beginning. Action item G1 is to recommend a one-time $1,200 bonus for all full-time employees.
Mr. Chairman, before you go to that, let me just say that I had some procedure problems with us approving the agenda and then coming back with the recommended things to be pulled or not. It seems as though we need to go through those items as you just done, as you have done, and then come back and approve the agenda as amended. So look
Correct.
into that for
Okay.
the future.
You want to go ahead and,
That's okay for this
Okay.
week, but in the future, when you
Okay.
know there's gonna be some amendments, we need to look at approving the agenda as amended because we have amended tremendously here.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I move for approval of action item G1.
Second.
Is there a second? On that second, let me just say for the record, and I hope that all those individuals that were responsible for the communication saying that this board had considered this item before and one board member stopped it, which actually definitely not true. This is the first time that this item has been presented by the superintendent, and as you will see here, and many of you all have received a communication from him indicating that it was in the making, and now that the funds are available, we're doing this. So for the record, to make sure we get this right, I'm gonna ask for a roll call vote. Mr. Stringfellow,
Aye.
Dr. Foster,
Yes.
Mr. Hartwell,
Yes.
Ms. McNaid,
Yes.
and I, for the record, vote yes also. Motion approved with all the board members voting of approval. Thank you, gentlemen and ladies.
all right, action item G2 is to propose calendar for the 2021-22 school year to have a public hearing on those dates of March 25th and March 31st.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Stringfellow,
move for approval action items G2 through G9.
get a second?
Second.
Move properly second that we approve action item G2 through G9. In on readiness, all in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Okay, action item G10 is the power line easement to Alabama Power Company, the Dawes track. There's no cost associated with that. I ask that you approve that recommendation for that easement for the Alabama Power for the Dawes track.
Mr. Chairman,
Dr. Foster,
move approval of G10.
get a second?
Second.
Move properly second, we approve action item G10. All in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Okay, action item G11, the waiver of appraisal and compensation form for the sidewalk easement granted to the city of Central. I ask that you approve that sidewalk waiver and appraisal compensation form for the city of Central.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chairman, I move for approval of action item G11.
Get a second? Move properly second, approve action item G11. In on readiness, all in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Action item G12 is the Alabama Community College System, Bishop State Community College, for them to apply to vacate the portion of the public right-of-way known as Line Street, a line between Broad and Beauregard Street. I ask that you grant the Bishop State the appropriate vacation.
Mr. Chairman,
Dr. Foster,
move approval of G12.
get a second?
Second.
Move properly second, we approve item G12. All in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposers, let the motion show that I abstain from that, in as much as I'm employed at Bishop State. Next item.
Action item G13, the Motorola solution. As we vetted this action item, it will be coming out of local technology funds. I ask that you approve the action item G13, Motorola solutions.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Chairman, move for approval, action items G13 through 25, absent 24, which has been pulled.
Second.
All right. Any unreadness? All in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Okay, action item G26, the sale of the property of 1901 Hertel Street. All of you have vetted both offers and seen proposals and read the expectations of the property. Do we have a motion?
So
Pleasure of
moved.
the board.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we accept the proposal from the city.
Second.
But on the second, and I understand that was the highest bidder on the proposed property
Correct,
sale?
that was the highest bidder, yes.
I'm also,
Move for the question.
I have one other
Oh,
question.
sorry.
I just want to make sure things got in there, like it be used for residential.
Yes.
You did put that clause
Yes,
in there.
it is in there,
All right.
yes.
Okay, because I know that was a great concern, that it be used for residential purposes. All right. All in favor, vote by sign of aye.
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 Opposed, motion carried.
All right, on to the consent. H1, Ohio Power Print. This will allow the schools to participate in the sales of their own products and at a fair profit sharing percentage without negotiating an individual contract. That's H1 for Ohio Power Print.
What's the pleasure of the board?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
move for approval, consent agenda items 1 through 17.
Second.
All right, moving properly second, that we approve consent agenda items 1 through 17. Any unreadness? All in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Okay, on to student expulsions. I believe we have 1 through 4. Is that correct? Okay.
Yes. What's the pleasure of the board?
Motion to approve items 1 through 4.
Get a second?
Second.
Moving properly, any unreadness? Okay, all in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
All right, J, information items. J1 is the monthly financial statements, as well as J2, purchase order 5,000 and over.
Okay, Attorney Klein, please, Mr. Attorney, there were several emails that were forwarded to the board in reference to some employees.
Yes, some proposed suspensions of classified employees.
Okay, did all the board members receive those,
Yes.
Yes.
okay? What's the pleasure of the board on those?
Mr. Chairman, move for approval of the attorney-client privilege items.
Okay, get a second?
Second.
Any unreadness? All in favor, vote by sign of aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Are there any scheduled meeting other than one, we still on for Wednesday?
No, sir, we mentioned last week there was some maneuvering going on, and we need to reschedule it for April 14th for some discovery.
Okay, all right. So the hearing scheduled on tomorrow, on Wednesday, I'm sorry, has been,
Until, no hearings then, or on the 31st, or the last Wednesday of the month.
okay, all right.
Settle that one also.
Okay, so you'll get our secretary information so she run. Okay, any further scheduled meetings or rescheduled meetings? Okay, all right. Mr. Hartwell, do you have any announcements? Ms. McDade,
No announcement.
Dr. Foster,
No, sir.
Mr. Stringfellow?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Superintendent, do you have any announcements?
One just real quick announcement, just in case I start asking questions. Since the board has approved the one-time bonus, we're going to work really hard to get it out as soon as possible. I think we have a deadline to try to get them out as a separate check on the 26th, which is Friday. So we're going to try to work really fast to get them out.
What deductions will come out of that, Mr. Superintendent?
Do
What
now?
deductions?
And Gina's here to speak on that, but we're, it's not gonna be retirement. It's not coming out, correct? Correct. Yeah.
Everything
So
else
it could
is
be a
on.
higher, portion given to the employees.
Very good, very good.
Yep.
Okay. 'Cause I've been getting called about, you know, "Oh, y'all gonna take everything out of it, we're gonna get.
Well,
the
we'll
flat
give them
amount."
to you and let you hand them out.
I appreciate it. All 7,623 of them. And let me just commend the superintendent and his staff for making sure that those funds were available and that it did not do anything to hurt the finances of the general operating of this system. And we hope our employees would graciously accept that bonus, and we look forward to their continued high level of service. At this time, we hear anything else, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Just a second? All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Meeting adjourned.